Alright, so in this video, we're taking a look at the Asura 2 NS game controller with multi-mode. What does that mean? Well, it connects to almost everything. Nintendo Switch, laptop, iOS devices, tablets, TVs, the list just goes on and on. Within this video, we're going to take a look at a couple things. First, the design, the feel, the look, also how the controller actually feels and works with different controllers or different games, just actually playing games in general. How does it function as an actual controller? I'm going to show you how to set up and also my pros and cons about the controller, so let's get straight into it. First, let's take a look at the actual design of the controller. Taking a look at it, it's going to be very familiar to what you're already used to, especially a Nintendo Pro controller or maybe an Xbox controller. You've got the same design, the shape, you've got two analog sticks that also push in as well. You've got your Nintendo Switch colors that just, of course, well, it just matches for a Switch. I guess what the NS means, Nintendo Switch. A select button, a start button, a turbo button, so you can do additional features such as, assigning a turbo function to a specific button. You can also adjust the calibration of the sticks as well as also the gyroscoping as well. The feature of this controller. A lot of things can be done through these buttons right here. Everything is inside the instruction book, so you can tweak those things. Of course, you've got your buttons, and the buttons are laid out for a Switch controller. But when you're playing like on PC or maybe Xbox games, your B will switch to here, and it'll correctly map itself out to the game or the system that you're trying to play on. Just to let you know, this will not connect directly to an Xbox, but you can use it as a PC controller, like I said before. We look on the top. We have our bumper buttons on the top. That gives you a nice tactile feel. Also your triggers as well, again, nice little tactile feel. You got some tactile textures on the sides, really good to get a good grip on it. Now I gotta tell you, one thing that I like is that, of course, it's very similar to your official controllers. It's not heavy, but at the same time, it's not light. Okay, you can have several of these controllers and know that you're getting a good value, good result, and it's not, number one thing, it's not gonna get in the way of your gaming. For sure. I feel like there's a lot of confidence behind this controller. I got to tell you off the start from my experiences. Okay, so that's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. Let's see how it plays like. So let's open up our laptop. Within the box, you get a generously long USB cord. So we're going to plug that directly into our controller. You're going to get a light flashing. What you want to do is just double tap it, and it turns it on. It vibrates to let you know that it's synced in. And right now we're connected to our USB wire. And we go ahead and we can play right there. We can see that, here I am just playing Ori. And I can tell you off the bat, it just feels natural. It feels like I'm using a regular controller. There's nothing off, there's nothing different. Again, like as far as like the give on the sticks, it feels just as nice. The tactile, the push of the buttons, it feels just as nice. There's nothing getting in the way. There's nothing odd about it that makes me think, oh, I'm playing something else. You probably get that that new sensation for about a minute, but after a minute, you're just going. You're off to the races, just playing, and just gaming with no problem. With that being said, not only can you use a wire with a PC, but you can also play it wireless as well using the Bluetooth function of this controller. Now, if you want to connect your controller to like your iOS device or your PC, you want to upgrade the firmware of the controller so you can activate that part of it. As of right now, out of the box, it didn't connect through Bluetooth automatically. I had to update the firmware. Then I was able to use this as a Bluetooth controller. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Right now, I'm just going to disconnect it. You see, I've got no control. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn off my controller. I'm going to hold the select and B button. And that'll turn off my controller. Okay. Now, in order to connect to Bluetooth, I'm going to, actually, just to be safe, I'm going to hold select. I'm going to push this right in. I'm going to hold the jewel button and the RB. And that's going to clear any kind of pairing that I had on my controller before, so I can pair it to a new device, especially since I'm making this video. So let me go ahead and let's connect it to my PC. Now what you're going to look for is Xbox controller. Okay, so I'm going to hold the jewel and the right bumper button, and eventually you see Xbox wireless controller pop up. That's what we're looking for. You're going to see some other names. Those are for other modes for the controller, but in order to get your Bluetooth controller working for gaming, Xbox wireless controller, it rumbles, it sets up, we have it, and we will go back to our game. And again, I'm playing just fine. There is no difference at all between the wired and the wireless. It works just as fine. Now, like I said before, in order to connect to these devices using the Bluetooth functionality of this, it's got to be the Xbox wireless controller. And you can do the same thing within your tablet, such as I have here. Depending on the game that you download, if it's controller compatible, you can just connect this to your tablet and game on your tablet using the controller. The same thing for your iOS device, such as your maybe an iPad or your iPhone. the same thing. I can play games on my iPhone using this controller. Again, I have to sync in with the Jewel and the RB, making sure that I have the update firmware so I can connect to these devices just like that. Super simple. Now on the side, like I said before, there are other game modes that you can connect to by holding the Jewel and the B button, and that will let you connect to such as your Bluetooth, but to your TV. So you can actually control the menus, you know, if you want to cycle through like Netflix or Amazon, or even do the same thing within a tablet, you would connect through that different protocol like that, which is really simple. Now, last thing, you can also connect directly to your Nintendo Switch as well. So let's go ahead, let's turn this on, let's turn our Switch on. And now in order for us to connect this to the Switch, we're gonna go ahead and go to our controller right there. We'll go into that. We'll go to our change grip controller, and all we're gonna do is just turn it on. And by default, the Nintendo Switch is its default one. Then we're just gonna tap the L and R. It vibrates, let you know that it syncs. And there we go. And now we're in control of our game. And of course, all the buttons work just as fine as if you were using an official Switch controller. You got the home button, it's all there. Select button, start button, and everything as well. And then let's just go ahead and keep playing. Just fine, there's no difference at all. I wish I could tell you I was really good at this game, but I'm not. I suck at it. But bottom line, there's no difference. It plays just as well as any other official or pro controller when using this as well. Now, as far as the pros and the cons, well, I like the way it feels. I like the way it controls. I don't know how long it's gonna last in the long run, but off the bat, like I said, you know, within a minute time, you forget you're playing with this kind of controller and not an official controller. It feels good, it responds well, and I have no gripes. Something that I wish was different, while I do like connecting it to different Bluetooth devices such as my laptop or the tablet or even my phone, I wish I could connect to several or multi Bluetooth devices. As it is right now, I can only connect to one Bluetooth device. And I have to either choose, all right, well, if I'm gonna play on the laptop, I've gotta clear it out and play on the laptop. If I'm gonna play on my phone, I have to clear it out and then play on my phone. I wish there was some kind, there was like a Bluetooth 1, Bluetooth 2, and Bluetooth 3, but there's not. But you still can connect to multiple devices at the same time. You can connect to the Switch, you know, all I have to do is just hold the Jewel on top button, right? And you're connected to the Switch. If you don't connect to a Bluetooth device, hold the Jewel and the RB and you connect to that. If you want to connect to your TV, then you're gonna hold the Jewel and the B button, and then that'll connect to that as well. But as far as that, you know, you're still getting multi-connection for your devices. Personally, I like the Beitong Asura 2 controller. Right, as always, I'll leave links down in the description below so you can pick up your own Asura 2 NS controller. Also, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other future videos like this. Hit that like button if you like what's going on here, and also ding that notification so you don't miss out on any future videos as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Take care. Bye.